Listen, we have a great show lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real relevant and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. I'm super excited to have Virginia Rutherford Hall here. How are you today?
I am well. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited as well. Listen, everyone, grab your virtual seats. We have a great show lined up for you today. Today, we're going to be celebrating Virginia Rutherford Hall. So those that are coming into the studio audience, you may want to know what is going on today. Today is a special day. We are celebrating with one of our students that actually graduated from How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. So I already see comments coming in. Yes, let's set the stage and let you all know that as you come into the studio audience today, this is a young lady that formally took the course, How to Start Your Own Virtual Show from Scratch. She took the training it's designated for 6 weeks, one-on-one, and we had the opportunity to work together. And I'm excited because she's here now getting ready to kick off her new show. So welcome, Virginia Rutherford Hall.
I am so excited to be here. Can't believe today is today, and your expertise has paid off for me.
Oh, well, I'm so happy to have you. And we're gonna have a great just episode lined up for you guys. You can definitely put your congratulatory comments, your words of encouragement. Let her know, hey, I'm gonna be supporting you, tuning in, and being a part of your new journey. Instead of me doing like the formal bio and everything, I really want her to be able to share her own backstory with you. So I want to kick today's episode off by learning more about who Virginia Rutherford Hall is, because she is a woman of many hats. So you take it away for a moment. Tell us your backstory.
Yes, I am Virginia Rutherford Hall. I come from a small little community in Pittsburgh, PA, my 15233 community. Love my family back home. And I journeyed from Pittsburgh, PA, following my dream. And now I'm in the DMV. I always wanted to see God's beautiful earth. And I continue to strive to apply for several airlines after rejection. But there was a close friend of mine, and they say that your network is your net worth. She submitted an application to me after they turned her flight attendants into recruiters. Her name is Angela Joe, and she gave me that application one day, and 6 months later was a win-win. I got in, she got her monetary gift, and I was flying all over God's beautiful earth, seeing his beautiful world, and it was a blessing to be able to achieve one of my bucket list goals as a little kid. You know, I always wanted to see the world, and I had the opportunity to do that. And it seemed like when 2020 hit, COVID changed the game for all of us.
For everybody, yes.
When COVID changed the game, I seemed like I had to redefine or search for those inner gifts that was in me. And I realized in order to do that, you have to actually have somebody else who can help you go into yourself and take you to a place that you can't go by yourself. Yeah. And I realized that you do that with coaches. And in 2020, I actually start doing personal development, and I invested in my first wealth coach, which is Miss Deborah Owens. And she kept saying, you know, girl, find your superpower.
Right.
And she said that over and over and over again to me when I was in her program trying to build generational wealth, learning how to analyze and research mutual funds, learning how to analyze and research
Yeah.
stocks, and just learning about wealth. But it's more than wealth. You know, wealth is your mindset, wealth is
Better
joy,
believe it.
wealth is peace, wealth is family. You know, wealth is friends, wealth is your network. So
Yes, it
just
is.
digging deep in myself, and that first coach who kept saying, find your superpower.
Find your superpower. Way to go, Deborah Owens. Shout out to you. Because I hear so much about Deborah Owens and Wealthy You, and I'm excited about how she's helped to coach you along this journey as well. Let me do this, take some comments. I see people already chiming in. Dr. Lotus Riche from the Lotus Riche Ignite show, which I'm sure she'll probably have you on her show one day. She says, always a winning show with the balance, Dr. Ms. Kim Jacobs. How are you using her show to achieve balance in your life? And that's for anyone in the studio audience. But if you want to take a stab at that as well, Virginia, feel free to answer that question. One of our studio audience members is asked.
So repeat that question again for me.
How are you using her show, the Kim Jacobs show, being the balance doctor, to achieve balance in your own personal life?
Okay, I tell you, when you described to me, it was almost like grandma's pie. You said, I use a pie. And I'm like, you use a pie? You said, yeah, you only get, 24 hours in a day. You said
Yeah.
you slice this pie up and you can only give 10%, 20%, 30%, and you have to be intentional. So I realized I took that golden nugget that you gave me and to balance every area of my life. And sometimes it get difficult. Sometimes you have to cancel things out, put things on the back burner, and reprioritize what's important to you. So you helped me with that grandma's pie, and I slice it up daily.
That's so funny. You never know what point you're going to make to a person that they're going to actually apply to their lives. So that's a great question, Dr. Lotus Riche. And anybody in the studio audience that tunes into the Kim Jacobs show, typically, if you want to share how you balance your life and what some of your takeaways are, feel free to do so. But as we're talking to you today, graduating from how to start your own show from scratch, there's a story too pertaining to your beautiful eyes. And I know we didn't go into that yet for your backstory, but I'd love to hear that if you take us there.
Okay, when I was growing up, they always called me Pretty Eyes. I even have an email, my personal email, vprettyeyes@aol.com. They say, oh, AOL is old, but I hold vprettyeyes@aol.com dear to me because I have my father's eyes and they're hazel eyes. So depending what I have on and the way the sun shine in my eyes, sometimes they can be hazel, sometimes they're a little spark of blue, a little gold in them. But I realized how important they was when a gentleman actually was going blind. And God bless his soul, the death of my father, the only organs that was available that for usage was his eyes. So they were able to take my father's eyes and actually place his eyes into the gentleman's eyes who were going blind. And now that man see today. And I realized the eyes is the windows to the soul. So I'm blessed to have a father's eyes who still lives on. And my father's eyes I have. And every time somebody see me, they say, you got gorgeous eyes. So those windows to the soul is special to me because of my father's eyes.
Okay. I am so glad you shared that story because you'll always have that connection with your dad, even just by looking in the other person. If you ever get a chance to connect, I'm sure see pictures, technically you're looking at your daddy's eyes, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
his eyes live on through you, and that's a gift from God, from him to you. So what a beautiful story and testimony. That first of all, your dad was even an organ donor to the point where he would be willing to give something from himself to someone else after him leaving this earth. Not everyone's willing to do that, but I think that is just admirable. And I wanted to just acknowledge that regarding your superhero dad.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
so proud of you, Virginia. Okay, so listen, everyone. I see more comments coming in. Yes, glad to have her on my show. Miss Virginia, is great to hear from you. So let's make sure what I'll do is I'll put Dr. Lotus Richey's information in our graduate group. And that way, any of you all that have graduated from the program that would like to be on her show, I'll make sure that it's right there in our private chat thing that we have. Because anybody that graduates from our program, they're part of a special group of graduates, and we connect them to other hosts and to each other, and be able to share guests and different things. So that way you don't have to start from scratch for real, right, Virginia?
For real, for real. I mean, this woman lays the foundation brick by brick. And I mean, she builds it based on exactly where you are. And I love the way the layout is. I love the way how she orchestrates through your schedule. You know, there's, no specific extra time that has to take place. If life happens,
Right.
you can pivot on purpose. And I love that with your program.
Well, thank you so much. So, is the program something that you would recommend to others to participate in?
Definitely. For those who really want, not just when you're born and you have your footprint and your handprint, but you want a voice print, you want
A
to
voice
encourage
print.
others, and you want to speak and be authentic in
Yeah.
your journey, where you came from, where you're going. You actually paint the picture and you help individuals to move beyond where they are so that they can be a motivator, they can be an encourager, they can speak their authentic message. And you can do that live through a podcast, and you actually give the skills. You help cultivate the skills that are already in your clients. You pull that purpose out. And I'm grateful. And I count it like the old Les Brown, the plum pleasing pleasure.
Oh, some pleasing pleasure to serve you. Yes, yes.
Yes, for
That's
you to
funny.
help me on this journey of mine.
Well, I am honored. You're a great student as well, and came ready to learn. You had your questions, you had your notepad, and it's one thing for people to come and just hear the information, but if you really can't retain any of it, it doesn't matter. But you were ready and had questions. You were like, let me flip back through, and you went to specific areas in your binder. So you're clearly a great student, in addition to being a great host that you're going to be. And I really appreciate how you came prepared for class, ready to learn. Actually, Dr. Lotus Richey says this all the time. She said, note takers are money makers. She talks about that. And she also talks about that in her book, Harnessing Your Greatness, and how to go about being able to harness the power of what God has given you to be great. She has a new book that's out on Amazon. So you all make sure you check out Dr. Lotus Richey as well and purchase her book. All right, listen, we're going to take a commercial break. And then when we come back, I want us to talk a little bit more about what are you going to be doing to educate people about your new show? What is the new show called? What is it going to be? When is it going to be airing? What is going to be expected? So y'all keep your comments coming in. We'll be right back right after this commercial break. We'll be right back.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
All right.
I can't hear
Yeah,
you.
no, StreamYard is doing its own thing. So
I
it's
see.
over here muting me and doing its own thing. But that's why you got to know what you're doing anyway. Keep it moving, right? So anyway, we're back and we're talking with Virginia Rutherford Hall. And what's happening at this point is we just want to learn more about your show. Talk to us and tell us what to expect.
Okay, Wings of Wisdom coming to the world on Wednesdays. September, the first September of the month on the 6th.
September 6th.
Yes, I am grateful to have this Wings of Wisdom. Actually, my flying career for over 25 years in the friendly skies, I actually felt like I was a liaison. I felt like I was connecting the cockpit to the crew, the ground personnel to the catering, or the supervisors to, the employees. I was that liaison person. And I felt like not just in my career from yesteryear, I feel like that now, because since 2020, not only did my coach say, find your superpower, they offered a buyout. She said, take the money, run, reinvent yourself.
That's a wise woman over there. I'm telling you, Deborah Owens, y'all got to check her out for sure.
Yeah, well for you. When she told me to reinvent myself, I realized investing in yourself and growing, that you are on this journey. And I would come to crossroads in my life, and I would always ask my loved ones for advice. And when I did that, sometimes I would be in a worse place after taking the advice than I was prior to asking for the advice. And I realized that you need someone who's already paved the way.
That's right.
The way that you want to go, whether it's your health journey, whether it's a wealth journey that I was on initially. And even with the Kim Jacobs show, starting from scratch, just like you say, starting from scratch, but where do you really begin? How do you just lay that first foundation? So some people are at a crossroads, and that's where I was in 2020, because for 25 years, I just was, I got a call. It's time to go to Italy. Got a call, San Francisco. Got a call, Los Angeles. Got a call.
You were just everywhere. You were everywhere in the friendly skies. So
and then it just holds. So then it's like, what a woman to do. I mean, it's easier said than done. Somebody say, take the money, run, reinvent yourself. But how do you really do that?
Right.
So to have a coach who's already paved the way in the direction that you want to go, you lean into that area of expertise. And like the doctor said, you take copious notes, because note takers are money makers, and you constantly continue. First, you're lurking, but you have to take the leap.
That's right.
And once you take that leap, you have to lean in. And once you lean in, you have to learn.
Yes.
And once you learn, you have to continue to listen. And once you continue to listen, you truly learn how to build a legacy.
Yes.
And to leave your loved ones in a better place than where you were, because you sought the expertise. And it takes dedication, it takes commitment, it takes diligence. In order to have that, you first have to have that coach who knows exactly what you want. And once they're in power, it's almost like that race when people are running in the Olympics and they pass that torch, they go around that lap and they have that flame. It's almost like running at night with the flame lit, and they pass that torch and they're just running that race.
That's right.
It's really biblical principles. You run that race, not just for yourself, but he who readeth it, he's off to the races too.
That's right.
Almost like it's a speed race for you now, and you're eliminating the task because the expert knows. So, and they say when the student is ready, when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
That's right. Yes. Go ahead.
So when these individuals that are at these crossroads, like I was in my life growing up, where are you? It's almost like that first biblical question that my favorite book, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, I gave it an acronym. They say, where are you? a lot of people don't even really know where they are. But once you find out where you are and you need that help, there is someone who's going to show up in your pathway, and they're going to pull you to your authentic self. But you have to know where you are, and you have to be oh so ready to go. A lot of times we're stuck in fear. That's where I was. I always used to always hear false evidence appearing real. But when I took my first motivational class with the legendary Les Brown, I heard a different acronym. He said, face everything and rise. It shifted for me. Les Brown, I was listening to him in 2020 like I never listened before. And he actually was on my early flight in my early career. And I remember him telling me, you need to be a motivational speaker. But I thought he said that to everybody.
No, he does not say that to everybody. I can vouch for that. I've traveled with them around the country, different regards. No.
And I remember serving him and talking to him, and he giving me his card. And, you know, it's like a full circle. I came in contact with him again 25 years later and took this, you know, motivational speaking course and completed that in 2020. And it was just inspirational for me. And I think that's when I realized what my coach was really saying. Find your superpower. And Les Brown was saying, and learn how to monetize it.
Yes. So make money earning, telling your story, sharing your story, how to earn money, sharing your story. That's an important thing to know. And actually, speaking of Les Brown, back in the day when I was in my like younger years, we created this product called How to Start and Succeed in the Seminar Business. And it's actually a 2 CD set. It takes you way back. It's a timeless classic here. And it comes with a workbook. But many people don't have necessarily CD players and stuff like that. So we digitized it, and we're now putting it in an audio download format. And if you all are interested in getting this, which I'm sure you are, and it's going to take you back to the trade association days and all of that, it's back in the day content, you can definitely go to kimjacobshow.com, kimjacobshow.com to get your audio download of this timeless classic. It's some great teaching. He's taking you back to the basics, and you can definitely get your copy of How to Start and Succeed in the Seminar Business. And you can go to kimjacobshow.com for that. All right, listen, I am speaking of everything that you shared. I want people to know too, what do you think is one of the first steps to just stepping out of the comfort zone and doing something that, like, you know, you were in the airline industry. When we first started, it was kind of interesting trying to figure out how you're going to do a show when you've been in this whole other world, right? What do you recommend to people to really get them out of their comfort zones and do something different than what they may never even imagine?
Wow. I really believe what helped me was another coach. I had another coach. Her name is Jacelyn Blankenship. She is actually a health coach, been in the health industry for over 30 plus years, but she had just got certified to be a life coach.
Okay.
And when she got that certification to be a life coach, she was one of the ones that I brought into Wealthy You. And then she actually did the work, and she hit $1 million. And she wanted to tithe back to the people who helped her along her journey. So she poured her life coaching skills on me. And she basically just blessed me and helped me to do like meditation initially. And it was just like clearing out the clutter, not just in your environment, but the clutter in your mind, the
Yes.
clutter within, and she was just, that was the first thing when she said, declutter, like your thoughts, and then these breathing techniques. And I remember when I was doing this, I would start hearing birds chirping. I know birds always chirp, but I just couldn't hear them. I would hear the wind blow. I would hear the wind on the leaves, and it was just so amazing. I could really feel, underneath my feet. Like my feet was always on the floor, but I didn't feel, the stuff underneath, the carpet, and it was just so amazing. And I start feeling like different pain in my body. And she said, what are you feeling? I was like, I kind of feel pain in my back. And she said, you're carrying too much on your load. You gotta lighten what you're carrying. And she had almost like an answer for every ailment or every movement. And I just thought it was just so profound. She kept saying, what do you want? I kept saying, I want better health. So, she would just give me recommendation because she was a health coach.
Yeah.
So, like all these things, it's like, what do you really want out of life? Like what makes you happy? What makes you sing song? What brings you joy?
Yeah.
She really helped me to tap into what truly helped bring me joy.
What brought it to you?
Yeah, and it just opened up a whole new, parameter for me.
Wow.
To prioritize, with your pie.
You've had 3 coaches that you've mentioned today on today's episode, which is Deborah Owens, you have Jocelyn, you have me. And so coaching, getting a mentor, or you have definitely like Dr. Les Brown, which was the main coach that helped you initially start motivational speaking. So the importance of having a coach in your life, a mentor, seems to be a common theme, is what I'm hearing from you.
I think so, because I never invested in coaches prior to that. I was just flying around God's beautiful earth. And I would say I was going everywhere, but my money wasn't going anywhere, But now, I'm able to look at my portfolio and really understand, what it's actually doing. And, you look at companies differently. You're just like, what? Should I get a piece of that rock? Well, let me go search it out first. So it's just getting the understanding, like the basic instructions before leaving nurses, and all you're getting, get understanding. Wow. And a lot of times we do things, but we don't have the understanding. Let's say, why are you doing that? You say,
I'm just doing it just to do it. That's ridiculous. So you got to have some kind of understanding of what's happening in your life, or life's just going to happen to you. Yeah. And so, listen, we're talking with Virginia Rutherford Hall, and she is our graduate today on how to start your own virtual show from scratch. Someone in the studio audience, I see lots of comments coming in. What brings me joy is being able to help myself and others become ignited and achieve the greatness that they deserve and are designed to be. Thank you so much, Ms. Virginia. As what Lotus Roche Ignite show says, what brings you joy? This really hit home for me today. What hit home for you, and why? What are some of the things that's hitting home for you that's tuning in today? Juanita said, clearing that clutter is what is hitting her strong from today's message. Clearing that clutter. And if we can get through that clutter in life, we can really have clarity of thought to be able to be more focused. And everybody always says, whatever we focus our efforts and our energy towards, and our attention, that's where everything else is going to go in that direction. Dr. Tina J. Ramsey is on too, and she's the founder and owner of CTR Media Network Podcasters. And it is a new standard of podcasting that's out here in these podcasting streets. She has a book, The Power of Podcasting, and she's also been recognized with international awards. And I'm going to connect you to her, Virginia, for sure, because you definitely want her coaching. I'll do that. I'll do that with a 3-way messenger thing. But it's some incredible stuff. 100 countries plus, 100 plus countries, 350 million households is where the Kim Jacobs show streams over to through CTR Media Network. And I encourage you, if you're a podcast host, to be able to check out CTR Media Network and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. Juanita says, speak, sister. She was talking to you when you were preaching. She was like, girl, speak it. Speak it.
Juanita is actually my blood sister, and she's actually a singer. I should tell her, sing, sister, sing.
Let me go ahead and do this. Let me put this right here in the comment section. Mackenzie, anybody that comes backstage until I authorize it, don't just pop them up, because we saw what some people do. Okay, but that is the link. The sister that can sing. If you want to come backstage, show your camera. Let me know you backstage. If you want to pop on and sing a tune or two, feel free to copy and paste that into the browser, that link there. Did you enjoy your time with being a flight attendant? Someone wanted to know.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. That was my childhood dream. I always wanted to travel. I got rejection after rejection. And I had a friend at the time that said, well, how many airlines is there? You know, kind of asked a question like Socrates instead of giving me the answer. And I said, there's a whole bunch. He said, I applied for every one of them because I was just going to kind of give up on my dream. So I'm glad that I continued to pursue after that fourth and fifth rejection. And finally, I got in. And when I got in, it was amazing. I started out in Las Vegas, and then I came to the Washington, D.C. area because I wanted to fly internationally. And so I was able to do that. And then I had the opportunity to live abroad. And my mother said, why do you go to leave the country?
No.
So that's one thing I regret. I wish when I had the opportunity to go, because they was shipping flight attendants, 25 years ago, anywhere you wanted to go. And I wish I would have taken and lived internationally for at least a year or two and learned the culture. But I did I wanted to go to Paris and live for a little while, but I was right by the Eiffel Tower, minutes away. And, so it was really a blessing to just fly over the Atlantic Ocean and be in Europe, it was just amazing to fly over the Pacific, and be in Asia. It was just, and I had a friend that was in Asia, and we would just meet in Hawaii. I said, well, come to the halfway point. And that would kind of be my meeting place. I had so much zeal and early in my career, but, the negative side was living out of a suitcase. Sometimes you couldn't be at those family functions, and, you always had to go. I was on reserve for the first several years. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning, had to be there 5 a.m. and you didn't know where you was going, and you had to pack winter or summer because you could be anywhere. So that's the downside to it too.
Wow.
But I loved it. Once you got to the plane, it was like, welcome aboard. I found that new energy, and it was always a pleasure to serve. And I made sure everybody enjoed the flight. Back in the day, it was like chicken or beef, and it was
right. You're like, oh, I'll take we ordering we had Morton's or some steakhouse. It's like Ruth Chris. He's like, yeah. I'll take me some chicken and beef pasta, ordering a whole meal on a flight.
Yeah, the first class was like a whole experience. We had the Don Perignon, you have carved ice on those international flights. It was just amazing to fly the 777 and the 747, which was a double decker, so I loved the galley and kept everything flowing. And it was just really, and you met so many people live. So I got friends in San Fran and friends, I'm meeting them now virtually, but, whenever I went to Hawaii or when my sister was having something special in Atlanta, I have an Atlanta layover. I remember my flight got canceled once in Atlanta. So I went to instead of 24 hours or 48 hours with my family there. It was just, so it was really special if you want to see God's beautiful earth, because I thought you just had to marry a military man. That was the only way. But no, you could just hook up with an airline. But, COVID changed the game and it's different now. So I'm glad I got in. And I'm glad I got out, because now I have lifetime flying privileges, so I can do it strictly for pleasure now.
Aw, that is just memorable times that you can never go back, and you'll always have those to carry on for the rest of your life. And speaking of Hawaii, we know that the wildfires at this juncture have claimed the lives of at least 114 people. And so at least 20 people have non-fatal injuries. This is coming from BBC News and CNN, CBS. I see a lot of different sites here, but there, according to these statistics, at the latest time that I'm looking at it, were 850 people still missing. So, and over 11,000 people displaced. So please keep the family and friends and community members in the Hawaii area in your prayers, because I do want to take a moment to just acknowledge that and to let you all know in that area that we are praying for you all, and we have been since we found out about the wildfires. Anything that impacts our sisters and brothers, I don't care what anybody's nationality, race, religious beliefs, any of that stuff, sexuality, you know what? I love all of God's people. I love you all. And I want y'all to know that I'm praying for you. You need to know somebody in the world is praying for you when you're going through some difficult trials and tribulations, you know?
Amen.
Congrats to you, Virginia, back on that note. So lots of congratulatory comments coming in. Mackenzie, what I'm going to do is you can take the comment down for a minute, and I am going to take a moment to let you all hear from someone that endorses our training program on how to start your own show from scratch. I'll wait till the comments take it down, and then I'll pop this up, Mackenzie, when you get a chance to take it down. Let's see. Mackenzie's helping me backstage for those that hear me yell out a whole nother name that's that's not on the screen. People are like, what is she doing? She talking to somebody and they're not even on the screen. Her name is Virginia. Her name is, I know who's on the screen. I have somebody helping me backstage too. All right, so Virginia, I'm going to pop up Dr. Les Brown and let's hear from him. Wait a minute. Let's see if you all can see that. Let me see.
This is time you want to give yourself a competitive edge. If you got a message, you have some knowledge or experience, a story, or if you want to do something adventurous and exciting with your life that can increase your credibility, expose you to millions of people, I'm encouraging you to have your own talk show. I used to have a talk show. That one talk show catapulted me to another level. Now there are more people watching the internet, as you are aware, than television. Yes. Come on, somebody.
That's right.
Dr. Kim Jacobs, she trained people on how to have their own talk show. She will train you how to do that. And now with me partnering with her, now you have the combination of an audience, expansive audience. We have over 4 million people in all of our platforms, and the coaching you need to grow your business, to grow your multi-level marketing organization, to draw more attention to yourself in this noisy economy. Go ahead, Kim.
So in the training that I do, Les, I actually do a 6-week training. It's 1 hour per week. And each week I meet with the individuals one-on-one. We go through and we talk about all of the things that's necessary for a show to become a reality. We go from how to actually identify your focus area, what's going to be your ideal customer that's going to be tuning in. We'll talk about how to get guests, how to get sponsorship, how to go about getting your lighting, your branding, and your banners, and everything that you need to know. And guess what, Les? They own their own content at the end of the day.
And that's exciting. Now, if you're ready to create a shift in your business and in your life and increase your cash flow, I want you to go to KimJacobsConsulting.com. It's right there on the screen, KimJacobsConsulting.com. You know, people say opportunity knocks on every door. Right. No, opportunity stands by silently waiting for you to recognize it. So I want you to recognize that this is a time for you. This is an incredible time to have your own talk show. It establishes a level of credibility.
Yes.
And by being exposed to people on a regular basis, it allows you to strategically begin to impact and attract your audience. She can take you in a place in yourself that you can't go by yourself. So go to KimJacobsConsulting.com. That's KimJacobsConsulting.com. Did I say KimJacobsConsulting.com? Yes, you did. Very good. Make sure you go there and sign up for the coaching, and we're looking forward to working with you. You have something special. You have greatness within you. That's my story, and that's Kim's story, and we're sticking to it. Bye for now.
All right, everyone. That's Dr. Les Brown. And thank you so much, Dr. Les Brown, for endorsing the program. If you are interested in actually being a part of what we call a group training, I actually had a request for that and decided that I'm open to that. So I have 5 students that are currently in this cohort. But if you're interested in starting with the next training class that's coming up beginning September 6th, now, if you're hearing this and you're watching the replay and it's after September, let me know. We have other cohorts that'll start, I'm sure. But September 6th is our next one. Then email me at kim@thebalancedoctor.tv. Let me pull that up so that you'll be able to see where the group one is. I know I have a group one here if you want to be a part of actually being in the group class. I want to make sure we pop that one up. Here we go. Then I'm only taking 5 students. I can only train 5 at a time at that level for it to be an effective situation for you. I don't want to just send you to the portal. I can do that too, where we send you to the portal and you can just drip some data and have an audio, video presentation. But I love working one-on-one. Don't you think it works better when
one-on-one, you are in that center seat and you're getting all the attention and you're like, hold up. Can you back it up a minute? And you're like, okay, let me back it up. So one-on-one is special.
One-on-one is definitely special. You can go to KimJacobsConsulting.com, like Les Brown said, for the one-on-one training. If you're interested in the group training where you split a cost and you actually get the virtual training and you get some technical training as well, but you're splitting it amongst the 5 of you all. And then you have a group graduation. It's still going to be very nice. So definitely email me, kim@thebalancedoctor.tv. And the 5 that do that and get everything situated, we'll have you in our next training class. All right. So Wings of Wisdom. What kind of guests are you going to be having on? What are y'all going to be talking about?
Okay, I am actually going to be the liaison, the connector with the experts and those individuals who need the expertise. So I want to be that center point for the experts because I've had so many coaches since 2020 and I know a lot of people. So I want those individuals who come to me, and I act as an ambassador and an advisor in my virtual community that I work with now. And there's a lot of women that, I reach out to, and it's all about wealth. But then there's those individuals, when we're talking about wealth, they have kind of like other questions and issues, that things that just arise during our conversation. And there's experts in that area. So I want to be that person, that connector, that liaison who can say, you know what, I know somebody who can kind of help you with that. I know we over here talking about this wealth thing and we're trying to build this generational wealth to leave for our loved ones.
Yeah.
But I'm going to help you with this specific area in your life because there are coaches who have the expertise. And like Les Brown just said, who can take you to a place inside yourself that you cannot go by yourself.
Take you to a place in yourself that you cannot go by yourself. You can't beat that knowledge alone. And the things that we learn from Dr. Les Brown is just transformational, especially with him still being here on this earth to be touchable and approachable. And he will talk with you and train you and educate. It's just phenomenal. Everybody's not like that. But
No, they're not. I've done group training and you can't even get to the founder, but Les, I mean, I got a personal number, so it's really a blessing to have that when you go through the coaching, and it's really, I know it's about the money, but, I love when it's like Deborah Owens always says, it's more about the mission than the money. The money flows.
Yes.
Because you're more about the mission. And when you have that mission and you have that purpose and you have, those specific pillars that you're placing and putting in place, it flows.
That's
and
right.
it's really bigger than that, just that dollar amount. It's about courage. It's
That's
about
right.
commitment. It's about community. It's about curriculum. It's about connection.
You can feel the inspiration already. I'm telling you, when you tune into Wings of Wisdom on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you are going to be in for a treat. You're going to feel like you are taking flight in your own life. Okay. I enjoyed us coming up with that name and theme and everything. Let me introduce this young man to you all. And you know him personally because he's one of our episode sponsors, Jeremiah J. Jacobs.com. And he's also my son, in total transparency here. But what Jeremiah does is something unique at his age. He's 18 years old and he's been building, he's a Black fisherman, just so we say that. He's an avid fisherman, but he also is into acting. He had a Make-A-Wish come true and had the opportunity to go to meet Robert F. Smith, billionaire Robert F. Smith, as his Make-A-Wish. So he kicks this whole lung disease in the head. But I want you all to know that today, JeremiahJJacobs.com, he actually is assisting Virginia Rutherford Hall with some of her designs and things that's going to be coming out on September 6th. So do you want to say anything pertaining to Jeremiah?
Oh my God, Mr. JJJ. Yes, all things technical. He's tying a bow around my website, and I'm so grateful that you made the connection. You were acting as a liaison. So your son definitely is equipped, and I just feel like it's like ministry, connecting with him. So he's so mannerable. You need to pat yourself on the back.
Okay. Yeah, I know he has all this professional stuff, but he'll do overlays for you. If you're in the talk show podcast world and you're looking to just have a professional presentation package, he does websites, and he also does the templates and the overlays. If you're doing Bible study and trainings and presentations, then you can visit JeremiahJJacobs.com and let him know his mommy sent you his way. Okay. But say the Kim Jacobs Show to keep it professional. Okay. All right. So at this point, everyone, let's see if any more comments have come in. Congratulations, anything. Let's make sure we pop some of those up because we're coming to the tail end of today's show as you get prepared to graduate. Let's see. Somebody said, ignite and take flight in every area of your life. Is what Dr. Lotus Rashay said. Congratulations. Sakina said, your energy is amazing. I'm so excited for your new show.
Oh,
y'all will learn more about Sakina soon too, because she's on a mission of her own. All right, who else? Yes, she said yes. Juanita said, awesome. Where our attention goes, that is where our energy flows. The Balanced Doctor's in the house. Be sure to share her pages. Okay, share the broadcast with everybody, y'all. Congratulations. Can't wait to see your amazing show, Miss Virginia.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for showing all the love. Great job, Jeremiah. Juanita said. Okay. Thank you, Juanita. All right, let's go here and see what else is popping off. We have some music because I love to get prepared for the conclusion of things here. Let's get that rocking and rolling. Y'all make sure you tune in to Virginia Rutherford Hall's show on Wednesdays. Let me put that up again. Wednesdays, Wings of Wisdom. Tell them when it's airing again.
Yes, Wings of Wisdom airing on Wednesdays. It's going to be 2 p.m. on September the 6th. And Jeremiah Jacobs, he's tying a bow around all things technical. So I'm putting the pressure on him. And
he going to have you right. That's for sure.
He going to have me right. So I'm looking forward to soaring on my wings of wisdom, because I know biblical principles says they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. So I am relying on the faith of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful to finally soar on my wings of wisdom. And I want to be a liaison and help those individuals who are at a crossroad in their life and they need life coach, health coach, wealth coach, whatever coaching they need. The teacher is there. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yes, y'all. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. How can people stay connected with you?
Okay, you can stay connected with me at wingsofwisdom64@gmail.com. I would love to read anything at wingsofwisdom@gmail.com. There's another one that, my old timer, vprettyeyes@aol.com, but connect with me there. If you're interested in the wealth, Virginia is www.virginiaconsultancy.com. And that's all things wealth, Miss Deborah Owens at the Wealthy Community. So I am looking forward to connect with each and every one of you.
If you all miss this opportunity, I'm telling you, you're going to be missing something super special. You can hear the motivation in her voice, the enthusiasm you can see in her eyes, and the eyes connect you to her daddy. This is just a woman of inspiration, and it is such an honor to have you here today. We're going to take one commercial break with, let me go ahead and make sure we know that we're going to hear from Confidence Tones, which is another one of our episode sponsors. And then we're going to close out with music and her certificate. So let's stay seated for a moment and we will be coming right back. Are y'all enjoying yourselves? Put some comments. Celebrate this woman during the commercial break. Celebrate. All right. We will be right back right after this break.
Welcome to Confidence Tones, where we use a proprietary audio development formula called audio immersion to provide an experience that's designed to help quickly and effortlessly generate positive change in the subconscious mind when used correctly. This experience is achieved using 4 primary building blocks: brainwave modulation, invocation of positive emotions, immersive imagination stimuli, and developmental suggestion. We know of no other source in the world that provides the synergistic combination. With a good pair of headphones, you'll be able to immerse yourself into audio that's designed specifically to help you feel better, do better, and live better.
All right, everyone, we are back. And again, today's episode is sponsored by Dr. Joe D. Bear, and that's drjod.com/confidence-tones. So make sure you all take a moment to visit that website and to get your pair of Confidence Tones today. Let her know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you her way. All right. Woo! The day came. You made it. And I didn't drop you on an island by yourself. I told you it doesn't matter if we go beyond 6 weeks, right?
Yes. You were there from day one till the end, and you are still there. So I am so grateful that I'm approaching the end of my journey, and I still have connection with the community. And I have connection with you, and I feel like I'm part of the family with Jeremiah, so it's really a blessing, and I feel the warmth through this virtual viewing. So I am going to continue to lean in, listen, and learn from the expert. I appreciate all of your expertise.
We're going to play some music here for a moment. Put any more comments up, Mackenzie, and see if we can get this graduation music going. Let's see. You're on your way to the next level. Congratulations. Congratulations. Love it, Bridget said. Love it, love it, love it. And we have congratulations pouring in from all over for you today as we celebrate you. Let's get your formal certificate up. Here it is. We have certificate of completion is going to Virginia Rutherford Hall. And it says the Kim Jacobs online course, How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. This certificate is presented to Virginia Rutherford Hall on today. And if you're watching this as a replay, I'm sure you're enjoying yourself watching. But today's date is August 22nd, 2023. August 22nd, 2023. Charles says, congratulations, Virginia. May God bless you in your endeavor. So this certificate of completion is presented to you today, Virginia. How do you feel?
Wow, I feel like this has been a journey and I am arriving at my final destination.
I knew you were going to say something about a flight. I knew it.
Always would tell my passengers at the end of their journey, we are arriving at your final destination. So fasten your seatbelts. You know, you're going to be able to lean in now. You know, unloose those belts, you know, once the aircraft come to the stop, you know, once this particular show starts, I'm going to have them fasten your virtual seatbelts because might get a little bit of turbulent on the show of the Wings of Wisdom, but we'll be able to land the plane lightly for you.
Oh, congratulations. Big congratulations. Roxanne says, who else is on here? You're on your way to the next level. Virginia, you're on your way to the next level, and I can feel it in the atmosphere. That's what this person, and I need to just keep glasses on with the glare and all. Okay. Anita said, you're on your way to the next level. Virginia, I can feel it in the atmosphere, and I'm so excited for you.
Oh, that's one of my savvy sisters in the Wealthy You community. They are here. Leaning in.
You share this with all of the Wealthy You community members. Thank you so much, Deborah Owens, for believing as well in Virginia and her dreams, that she speaks so highly of you. So I ask also that all your dreams personally become a reality as well. Deborah Owens as well. Congratulations, Virginia. May God bless all of your endeavors. Juanita said, yes, we're so proud of you. Bridget said, love it. Congratulations. I see. I won't probably get to all of the comments, but Virginia will go back and take a look at some of these on different platforms. But thank you all. Big congrats. My mom said congratulations to you. I saw a comment from her. She was like, congratulations. All right, y'all. Praise God. People are saying all kind of stuff. Great show. You name it. Lots of comments coming in. Thank you all for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Wings of Wisdom. Wings of Wisdom. New host, Virginia Rutherford Hall, starting Wednesday, September 6th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Woo! I'll see you backstage, Virginia. Any closing comment?
I just want all of you or those who are thinking about, if you're lurking and thinking about, oh, can I do this? Can Kim Jacobs help me too? I want you to lean in, take the leap, and make that happen for you also.
Wow. Okay. Well, on that note, we're going to close out. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching today's graduation. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience